18 games unbeaten, Barrow were relaxed and confident.
We have an argument who's got the biggest dead. My money's on Tomo, like, it's between these.
You got yourself
Liam.
To give credit to the lads, they've done brilliant for us. The work rate and the commitment and the lads, what they've shown. I can't pick anyone out. I mean, the defence have been outstanding. I mean, the last few games, when it's critical, we need them, and they've turned out for us.
With kick-off approaching, the mood in the camp intensified.
Ball out there, you've got to keep the ball.
Sheridan and joint manager David BAYLISS said their last words.
Make sure you come in here at 5 o'clock, boy. 5 to 5 with nobody checks.
All the best, Tomo. All the best, son. Come on, from the start. Nice.
Close to 800 Barrow fans had completed their 3-hour journey, understandably not short of confidence.
Well, I don't know what the score will be, but we'll win it. Good enough.
Form team, can't be beat, easy.
We've lost 2 in 30 games now. Not bad, that is it.
The opening exchanges were highly charged, but neither side looked likely to score. Disaster struck for Telford on 33 minutes. Dave Roberts' own goal gave Barrow a 3-0 aggregate lead. The rest of the half saw the utmost commitment from both sides. But Barrow were firmly in control and 45 minutes from the final.
Same attitude. Go out with that, you won't get far wrong. Come on.
Telford upped the tempo on the restart but found no way through Barrow's back four. Substitute Paul Tate then settled the contest just as he'd done in the first leg. On the final whistle, the news was Stalybridge would face Barrow in the final, who had bet against them extending their unbeaten run to 20.
11 lads on the field there, and they're just playing for each other. And they're from all over the northwest, and they just want Barrow badge.
We just got to take it to the final, keep doing what we're doing, and you can't give us any more, you know what I mean? We give the lads belief in themselves, they can go on and win games, and they have done, so I can't praise them enough being Bales here, made up.
So that's how Barrow got here tonight 5 days ago. Let's tell you how they got here for the journey this evening. Rebecca went on board their team bus.
So we are nearing the end of another long journey for the Barrow players. I'm with the player manager, Dave BAYLISS. Dave, you were just telling me that not all of you live in Barrow, so maybe these long journeys aren't so bad.
No, we're all spread out. A lot of them live in Liverpool, Manchester, all over the northwest. So any location for away games is ideal. It's only probably an hour away from us to Burton, so it's, I'd say, at the end of a long season, and we just want to hopefully get a good result tonight, and it'll be a great season.
But there is one player who comes from Barrow. Poor guy's had to come all the way down. Which one's he?
He's the ugly one with the ginger hair at the back, sitting in the middle, pretending he can read, but he can't read, so...
Well, he's reading Nuts magazine.
Yeah, he's just back over there, so...
Oh, okay. So what do you guys get up to on the coach on your away trips?
Drink a lot, gamble, everything possible, so...
Sounds like the normal kind of trip.
Yeah, probably, yeah. And that's just before the game as well.
And what about the team spirit? I mean, they all seem pretty noisy at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice and relaxed. We don't want anyone to feel under pressure, but the lad over there with the giant set of hair, that's Darren. He's my partner manager as well.
Oh yeah, the one with the hair.
Yeah, the one with the hair, yeah. And the one behind him with the wig on, that's Lee Woody, it's over there.
All right, and what about those that sit at the back of the bus? Talk us through some of the troublemakers, please.
Troublemakers?
There's got to be a few, there's always a few.
The old fellow with the false teeth, and that's Paul Tate.
All right, what about the one on the cap?
Oh, him. He's from Mossad, and that's Rio. You can tell he's got a shooter down his pants.
Is he the rapper?
He pretends to be, yeah.
Right.
He's not a footballer.
All right, and what about any card schools go on? Any kind of games like that go on?
Yeah, we do have the occasional card school, but that's the lads at the back on the tables. They're the gamblers. So.
And you sit at the front, Dave, very professional player manager. Got to be at the front, away from the rest of the lads, haven't you?
Yeah, I keep myself to myself, nice and quietly. So.
All right. Thank you very much for letting us on the bus. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
That was how Barrow got here then. They're safely at the Pirelli Stadium for a huge night in the history of a club, of course, that spent a long time in the Football League. They now know they're one game away from the highest level of non-league football once again. Stalybridge Celtic stand in their way. Now I'm back in the Barrow dressing room preparing for this final tonight with their joint managers Darren Sheridan and Dave BAYLISS. Darren, first of all, tell us how you two came together back in November.
Well, obviously we were playing together at the team, and we just happened to be given the chance to take over as managers.
Whose idea was it?
Well, I think it was the board who approached us, and me and Dave were glad they did, and we're enjoying it in a minute.
Who's the brains in the relationship, Dave?
That's definitely me. No, Daz's got the looks, I've got the brain. I think. No, we both work well together, we bounce off each other, so it's worked well so far.
How does the relationship work? Is it literally 50-50 and you discuss things, everything?
Yeah, we consult each other on everything, decisions, you know, players are going to bring in as well, so it's, as I say, so far it's worked, but we just got to, you know, we haven't achieved nothing, we need to win tonight, and then we'll look back at a really good season if we win tonight.
If I'd said to you back in December, you'll be at Burton Albion in the playoff final, when you were third from bottom, what would you have said?
Well, I've said it before. I mean, when we had the meeting with the board, we said we were pushing for the playoffs. But to actually make the final, I mean, credit to the lads, they've done brilliant. And, you know, I'm happy we're working with Dave.
And in terms of the relationship, do you ever disagree?
Yeah, always, yeah. We always, I'd say, we disagree sometimes, but we get over it, you know, it's like any relationship, you know, we're not husband and wife, but we do get on well together, and, you know, we do consult each other over decisions, and we do have the odd fallout, but in the end we come to an amicable agreement, and it seems to be working so far.
How does the team work then, if you want one player and Dave wants the other?
Obviously we're going to fall out sometimes, but, you know, we always seem to agree. I don't know what it is, we're rubbing off very good on each other, but it's only when it's his round he starts arguing.
Now, in terms of your careers, where does tonight rank in the importance of it? What would it mean to take Barrow into the Blue Square Premier?
Oh, it'd be unbelievable, mate. I mean, it's our first job, and to get where we are today, and even to get promoted, it'd be unbelievable. And it'd be great for the lads, you know, to experience something like this and go at a higher level.
And just very quickly, how do you think it'll go tonight? What about the challenge of Stalybridge?
Yeah, we've played them twice before, we know all about them and they'll know all about us, but you know, it's just a game where whoever wants it probably most on the night. The pitch is not ideal, but same for both teams, but we're with these set of lads that we've got here, we've got winners in this team, and we're fairly confident, you know.
Okay, we're looking forward to it. Thanks for letting us in here, chaps. All the best.
Cheers.
So this is it. Barrow finished in 5th, Stalybridge in 3rd, but none of that matters now. It all rests on the next 90 minutes.
It certainly does. One of these two teams will be celebrating on this Friday night. One will be commiserating. It's down to one game to decide it all. Barrow, who come into this game 17 matches unbeaten, make one change from the side that beat Telford in their semi-final second leg. They welcome back Matt Henney, their second top scorer, who's back from a hamstring injury. Their captain, Paul Jones, won promotion from this division with Barrow 10 years ago, the last time they were in the top level of non-league football.
And as last night, if there's players out there who make opportunities, you need players to take the opportunities. One of those players is Matt Henney. 17 goals so far this season, back in this evening after being out injured. A wide player, loves to go past players and plays with plenty of energy. The other player is Nick Rogan, a fiery forward, been mentioned by tonight's guest that he's a player who should be playing higher. He has 21 goals so far this season.
Stalybridge also make one change from the team that started their second leg in the semi-final, and it's a significant one. Goalkeeper Paddy Gamble, as we've heard, injured his ankle in that game while celebrating a Stalybridge goal. He was replaced by 19-year-old Martin Pearson, who was the hero in the shootout with the save, and he starts tonight. Stalybridge's top scorer is the former Oldham Athletic striker who we heard from, Chris Hall.
And as well this evening, one thing you will need in a big game is experience. I think Steve Torpey is one of those players with plenty of experience, knows this level of football like the back of his hand. One of those players this evening that they'll be hoping Stalybridge to get on the ball as much as possible in wide areas. And just to play with him as well, there'll be a lot of other players who could be mentioned, but one of them will be Ashley Wynn, central midfield player who plays with a lot of goal, but is a player who loves to get on the ball and run at defenders from deep positions.
Both these sides are in good form. Our referee tonight is James Adcock from Nottingham. Stalybridge have won 11 of their last 15 games, but Barrow can go better than that. They are 17 unbeaten under the joint managers Dave BAYLISS and Darren Sheridan. It's been some story since they took over last November. Can they cop it off by getting Barrow back into the conference and the highest echelons of non-league football. Steve Burr was a Blue Square Premier manager last season at Northwich. He then took on the challenge in the summer of getting Stalybridge back there. He knows he's now one game away from doing that. Barrow won the toss to wear their home colours. They are the Bluebirds, and they will be in blue and white tonight. Stalybridge Celtic in their change strip of a bright tangerine and black. The Barrow fans in particular have created a very good atmosphere inside the Pirelli. Who will be celebrating? And it will be some celebrations, let me tell you. Stay right here to find out, and it will be Barrow. Just 2 defeats in 29 games to get the Blue Square North final underway. Didn't concede a goal, of course, in their 2 semi-finals. Barrow 4-0 on aggregate against A.F.C. Telford, who finished the closest to the champions Kettering. The offside flag is up straight away against Jason Walker. Now this is Martin Pearson in goal for Stalybridge tonight. He had to come on in the semi-final second leg. It's only his 5th ever appearance for the club. But he was the hero with that penalty save against Southport in the shootout. That was won by Paul Jones, the Barrow skipper. This is Brown. Now Jason Walker. I was about to say dispossessed by Simon Garner, but I think the playing surface did its tricks again.
Oh, it certainly did. We've seen that a lot recently when we watch Burton here. Makes a big difference inside the pitch. A lot of players have struggled this side, especially the technical players, I should say. They have really struggled on the surface.
Up went McNulty. That's Paul Jones, the captain of Barrow. He's in his 2nd season, in his 2nd spell. 10 years ago, he was part of the Barrow side that last won promotion to the conference. What a story that would be if he could lift the trophy and send them back there tonight. Garner's delivery for Stalybridge. The header was from Meechin, who was coming in on the far side.
There's a lovely little inviting ball in by Simon Garner. And Alex Meechin comes in off the wide position. Good start by both sides, very, very adventurous.
He started the season as a Blue Square Premier player with York City. Played in and scored in a game we covered in their victory over Halifax Town when Billy McEwen was still the manager. And then he was reunited with Steve Burr, and ever since he's got 10 goals in 28 games from the right-hand side of midfield. Walker again with Garner, who put it out for Stalybridge.
ROGAN again is causing a lot of problems. Strong player, scores a lot of goals, but his build-up play is very good as well.
Woody out with the throw. Crossers from Henny. Barrow have the corner.
And it's come about, the fella sleeping at Stalybridge defence. Allowed Matt Henny just to get him behind.
Paul Jones, the skipper, and Steve McNulty, his central defensive partner, both up for this corner, which is going to be taken by Mark Boyd. He swings it in towards the captain, almost fell to Walker. Steve Torpey dispossessed. Boyd keeps it in. Clever play. Walker almost won it 2nd time. He did get the cross in. Moved away by Sykes. And now Torpey to Chris Hall. Former Oldham player finds Wynn. Another touch from Meechin.
Unlucky there by Alex Meechin. Chris Hall never read it. Would have been a lovely little pass, but he overran. Good start by both sides. Both sides are really going at it. No one's looking to hold back.
Meechin thought he'd been fouled. The referee didn't agree. Walker. Stalybridge have the throw on that far side. Steve Burr has been promoted from this division into the conference twice already in this decade. Hucknall Town in 2004, and then he led Northwich back into the conference 2 years later as well, both as champions. Shiri finished third, and he's now trying to get back there with a third club via the playoffs. It's an excellent atmosphere. Bumper crowd inside the Pirelli.
This is all about the Barrow fans. They haven't stopped from the moment they got inside the stadium. Been very, very lively.
Elderton with the clearance, only as far as Terry Barwick in the centre of the Stalybridge midfield. Caught by WOOLISCROFT and put out by Paul Jones. Darren Sheridan and Dave Bayliss, the joint managers, took over last November. And what a story it's been since then. Trying to write the final memorable chapter in it this evening. Garner with the clearance for Stalybridge towards Hall. McNulty in attendance. Ellington dispossessed. Walker jumping with Sykes. Steve Payne is the Stalybridge skipper. And he won that in the air. His first season at the club, having been with Steve BURE at Northwich previously. He scored in the second leg and he scored in the shootout. Torpy foul.
Definitely a very powerful side. Barrow, they're the team at the moment. Every time they go forward, look very, very forceful.
Header from Torpy. Then from Jones. Steve McNulty gets it clear for Barrow. Win. Finds Steve Torpy. Experienced player at this level, Steve Torpy, who's still on loan technically from Halifax. Arrived in February to Stalybridge, Steve Torpy. And there's some news emerging about his former club today, the possibility, because of financial irregularities, that they may be relegated from the Blue Square Premier, even though they survived on the final day. Torpy looking to help Stalybridge Celtic into that division tonight, the former Liverpool trainee. Header from Elderton in the left-back position, then from Jones, the skipper. Lee Woodyard to Hennick. Second top goal scorer. Finds Rogan, who's the leading goal scorer.
Definitely a problem this side of the pitch. Rogan was waiting for the ball to come into him. Can't afford to wait for it on his side. Bounce is going to be very, very unpredictable.
A chance there for Rogan. Walker did really well inside the penalty area for Barrow.
Paul Sykes just got caught out of there, trying to usher the ball out. Couldn't afford to do it, should have cleared his lines.
Goalkeeper came. So too did Paul Sykes, the central defender. And the end result is a Barrow corner.
Obviously he didn't shout loud enough. Should have made it his own there.
Mark Boyd again to deliver this corner for Barrow. Towards Jones, beaten to it in the air by his opposite captain, Steve Payne. Paul Brown. Back to Jones. Over away by Garner. Stalybridge still haven't got it clear though. Good tackle from Wynn.
It's a power outside. Paul Brown, powerful player. Predominantly all left foot, always looking to go the outside.
Bond. No way through. Garner cut it out and cleared towards Hall. A few words exchanged there between Chris Hall and Steve McNulty.
McNulty just left his foot there. Chris Hall went over it.
Rogan goes back to Elderton. Barwick. Now Payne. Put out by Jones and Elderton with the clearance. Should point out that earlier in the season at the Barrow Fold, the home of Stalybridge, it was 2-2. And then Stalybridge won at Barrow by 3-1. So Barrow have yet to beat Stalybridge this season. A lovely time to change all that. 4 goals in each of the 2 league meetings this season.
I'm sure they're thinking third time lucky. As far as they're concerned, this is the most important one to win. It's definitely a more competitive, starting a more competitive game than what they did last night. Big strong tackles we've seen already.
Sykes let it bounce and then hooked it away. Forward by Ashley Wynn. Garner has to make that, and he comfortably heads it back to Martin Pearson, the teenager in goal for Stalybridge tonight. And just down the road in Nottingham. Bond dispossessed, and he felt that. We've had almost 12 minutes. Let's get the thoughts of our special guest tonight, the manager of the champions, Kettering. He's with Rebecca.
Mark, your early thoughts so far?
Yeah, just as I expect, really. Very tense, very, frenetic, and nobody wants to make any mistakes. And I think that's what it might come down to, whoever makes the most mistakes.
What do you make of the atmosphere? Real cup final, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Kent was at the game last year, and it's probably a little bit better than that. I think Barrow are just edging it at the minute, and they've had a couple of little bits and pieces going forward. Yet to see Stalybridge as an attacking force.
Thanks, Mark.
We'll hear from Mark Cooper, the manager of the champions, Kettering, throughout the evening. He will definitely be bringing his side here to Burton Albion in the Blue Square Premier next season. But will Stalybridge be coming, or will Barrow be facing Burton at the Pirelli Stadium in the Blue Square Premier? All comes down to this one game. Barrow unquestionably the form team, but that often means little in one-off cup finals like this. Ellington's touch, Pharmacy through to Team DC in the Barrow goal.
Yeah, well, haven't really been a fault yet, Ellington, Hall. McNulty and Jones have eaten everything up so far. 2 strong physical players, McNulty especially, very clever player, very, very good feet, very comfortable on the ball.
In his first season, having arrived from Vauxhall Motors, he's missed just 1 game. Steve McNulty, former Liverpool reserve team player. And alongside him, the experience of another Liverpudlian, Paul Jones, who actually played in the Football League for Oldham Athletic. A little bit of hesitation there, dealt with in the end by Woollicroft, I should say. Paul Jones got a blow in the face there.
Doesn't seem to me one of those players that goes down too easy, Paul Jones. Yeah, you can just see the arm comes in from Chris Hall. You see, look at the way his eyes come up as well.
what you call instant bruising.
Certainly is. I just think there was a little bit of blood on the side as well, I think, sneaking out. His arm was definitely swinging Chris Hall's. I mean, Chris Hall is looking at the ball, but still he's swinging that arm, and it's one of those things they're trying to outlaw in the game. One of those, they just want it out of it, really. But there was no intent on Chris Hall's. As far as I'm concerned, his arm was up. It's more to help him to get the height. It definitely caught Paul Jones in the face.
Dave Bayliss, the joint manager, still shaking his head. He had a go at the fourth official a couple of moments ago. But his captain is okay. And McNulty gives it back to Martin Pearson and Stalybridge Celtic. The two could be in tandem again here. Paul not challenging Jones on that occasion. Boyd with the header, went back by Barwick for Stalybridge to Torpy, now Ellington. In from Garner. And that was Hall and Jones revisited.
Certainly was, and Paul Jones took no prisoners there. It's the second time they've clashed since that incident earlier. Just come through the back of him. Certainly felt that one, Chris Hall.
There's a real competitive edge this Northern final.
Certainly is at the moment. I think it's just going to go on. The longer it stays 0-0, it will get more and more competitive. Just needs a side just maybe just to get hold of it a little bit more. The side that are doing most of the play at the moment is Barrow.
WOOLISCROFT. Delivery didn't beat the first defender. There was a thumping challenge on the edge of the area on Ashley Wynn, and it's a Stalybridge free kick.
I don't think again any arguments about that one. He was sandwiched between the two players. It was a big, strong challenge. Yeah, in he comes, Brown.
Paul Brown replacing his boot. Steve Torpy has placed the ball. 7 goals in 15 games so far for Stalybridge Celtic. Steve Torpy, he's certainly the one behind this. Wants the wall get 10 yards. Tim DC organising his defenders. Torpy's had a good long hard look at it. There is Torpy then. Oh, it was dipping, but just not quite enough.
It's just gone narrowly over the bar, but the side that the keeper had covered, really, he was always there. The keeper was never really a threat. I think Moore should be looking the other side for me from that area. Not a problem. It's all for the goalkeeper.
Walker got a touch. Nick Rogan is offside. ...21 goals in 53 games so far this season for Nick Rogan, for Barrow. 24-year-old from Blackpool.
That's quite close. I think WOOLISCROFT just steps up. His defensive partner, Paul Sykes, as well.
Of Barwick. And Rogan putting Steve Payne under pressure.
You can see that about Nick Rogan. Yes, he has scored a lot of goals, but he works hard. You can see that he's scored a lot of the goals he scored are more like he's made himself.
Here's Torpy. Hall and Ellington on that far side. Here's Hall. And the effort from Wynn.
Yeah, that was better play, that was. by Stalybridge. It's about Torpy. Lovely little ball that was as well, what he rolled in. Just rolls it into Hall. Wynn has the shot and it actually hits Chris Hall on the back. That was a little bit bad from Stalybridge. Haven't really got their passing going yet. I think that would be more fruitful for them if they can pass it. Got a strong defensive partnership at the back for Barrow. I don't think they're going to win those physical battles with the ball in the air.
Long kick from Pearson again. Came off the head of Jones. Meechin. WOOLISCROFT's delivery. Torpy was lurking at the back post for Stalybridge. Garner. Wing goes back to Sykes. That's cleared by Elderton. Now Boyd for Barrow. Looking for Henny. Got goal side of Garner. Four in the penalty area if Henny can get this across. Wasn't any quality on the delivery though.
I just think he got caught in a pitch there, couldn't really get going. That was good play by Boyd. Very, very clever player.
Well worked by Barrow. Walker just trying to nip it over Sykes. Here's Walker again. Back to Woodyat. Cleared by Barwick. Lee Woodyat once more. Patient build-up from Barrow. Rogan couldn't get to that. And Stalybridge have it back with Torpy. Hall. Round Jones. Meechin wanted at the back post. Ellington too is behind Ellington. It might come for Wynn. Barrow got the black.
So unlucky. Actually, Wynn, the ball was just always running away from him. He couldn't really get his body in line to get the strike off in the end. But that was good play by Chris Hall. Used strength. Got past McNulty far too easily. Paul Jones comes across and just see actually Wynn trying to get to it, just couldn't get the pace on the shot. That was better by Stalybridge.
Woody out forward. Walker again causing a problem. Comes out to Nick Rogan. Rogan went down, and all he gets is a Stalybridge goal kick. Well, the Barrow fans are making plenty of noise. Let's hear from a few of them now. In amongst them is Alex.
Hello there, mate. What do you think of the early exchange? It's been a tough beginning.
Not happy, really. We've got to get hold of 8. It's been a bit even Stevens so far, but 8 is their danger man.
It's a great atmosphere in here, mate. Is this how many away fans you normally get?
Absolutely. I think there's probably about 3,000 here from Barrow tonight. What do you reckon, Aid?
We took about 1,000 to Telford, but that was the amount of tickets they gave us. I mean, I remember going to Bolton in 1990. Took about 5,000-6,000. Took about 20,000 at Wembley as well.
Right, enjoy the game, lads.
Cheers, up.
Well, their team have a free kick now. And once again, McNulty is making his way forward. Boyd is going to deliver. In from Boyd. Very nearly caught Pearson out. A direct effort from Mark Boyd.
I said earlier he was quite a clever player, Mark Boyd. But I'll tell you, he certainly did catch that Mark Pearson there. He was scampering across his goal. I'll tell you what, I don't know if he would have got there. Fortunately for him, it went past the near post.
A heart-fluttering moment for Steve BURE, the Stalybridge manager. Let's hear from him now.
Steve, what do you make of the first 25 minutes or so?
It's very tense at the moment, both sides really. It's quite hustle and bustle at the moment. You know, we're trying to get a foot on the ball, but it's very fast at the moment out there. Not much given at the moment.
Is Chris Hall causing them a few problems, do you think?
Yes, when he's got behind them a few times there, yeah, he will cause people problems with his pace, and you know, but we just want to get it down a bit better. But at the moment, it's very tense at the moment, both sides really.
Thanks, Steve.
So much at stake tonight. They've worked so hard. 42 league games, 2 semi-finals, and in Steve Burr and Stalybridge's case, extra time and a dramatic penalty shootout to get here. They don't want to throw away that opportunity of Blue Square Premier football at the final hurdle.
That's the bit people do not like about the playoffs. Hate seeing a loser in the playoffs. They've worked so hard to get to that stage, that position in the league, and there always has to be a loser. It's not a nice thing to see, and I'm sure it's not a nice thing to actually feel, to be a loser in a final.
Here come Barrow again. Henny waiting at the back post, and he was very nearly there, but for Simon Garner. This is Boyd. Another good challenge that time by Payne, the captain. Back in from Woodyat. Bit of Barrow pressure here. Sykes with the header away. Appeal for handball against Ashley Wynn. It wasn't given. And there goes Hall again. Showed too much of it to Paul Jones.
Yeah, Paul Jones was waiting for the invite, and he got the invite from Chris Hall.
In from Garner. Mitchin back to Ashley Wynn. This is Ellington. Just wants the space. Blocked in the end by Paul Jones. Half-hearted appeals for handball. Terry Barwick. And that's all the way through to Tim Deasy. With the Northern final tonight then, with the prize of placing the Blue Square Premier. But don't forget, on May the 18th we have the huge final, a Wembley date for you. Cambridge and Exeter battling it out for a place in the Football League. We start at 3 o'clock on the 18th of May, live from Wembley Stadium, here on Setanta Sports 1. The losers of that game will play the winners of this one in the Blue Square Premier. Nothing to choose at the moment between Barrow and Stalybridge Celtic.
Steve, there is not a thing between them at the moment in time. I have to say, at the moment, the strongest side is looking Barrow. They're looking like Barrow at the moment. They've caused a few issues in the box. Just on the last incident, it was a good header by Simon Garner, but he was very hesitant, the goalkeeper, Mark Pearson.
Henny at the back post, giving direction on the header.
It's got to be in his game tonight, Simon Garner. It's up against a very, very good player in Henny, and he's looking to try and get him behind him, use that height advantage.
Torpy finds Ellington. Meechin. Challenge coming in from Ryan Elderton in the left-back position for Barrow. McNulty. Strong header from Sykes. This is Andrew Bond for Barrow. Walker's touch. Might be a chance for Rogan. Still Rogan. And he's just trying to get it through to Paul Brown.
Lovely little pass that was to Rogan.
And then the left back Elderson off balance as he put in the cross.
Sykes and Payne are really going to have to work hard this evening. Jason Walker and Nick Rogan have caused them a lot of problems. So he's a tough player, Nick Rogan. He's happy scoring goals, but I tell you, he's happy working hard. He'll go through a brick wall to score goals, even to make opportunities for his teammates.
Here's Torpy for Stalybridge Celtic. That was the clearance by the captain Jones, right across his own penalty area.
So Lee Ellington is just starting to come into the game. He's pulling off the two centre halves, and neither of them are going with him. That's allowing Stalybridge to get a little, bit of build-up play. That's what's giving them their opportunities at the moment.
Hall couldn't get to that. Deasy didn't look too convincing. It's picked up by Torpy now. And a challenge from Henny.
At the moment, Steve Torpy, Ashley Wynn, they're the ones when they get on the ball for Stalybridge, they're causing problems. Two good footballers.
Torpy to take the corner. Captain heads it right across goal. Payne's header though straight into the arms of Deasy.
What a shame that was, if Steve Payne could have headed that along the 6-yard box rather than down the goalkeeper's throat.
Just to give you an idea of what Stalybridge are trying to do tonight, Tim Deasy there in the Barrow goal has kept clean sheets in 10 of his last 12 games coming into this playoff final. They've been ultra tight at the back. In fact, in 42 league games, Barrow conceded only 39 goals, which was really the base for their remarkable turnaround in the season.
I have to say as well, they did have a poor start, and only to concede that many goals tells you how remarkable it is that they're actually here.
Remember when the two managers came together, incredibly, Barrow were in 20th position in the Blue Square Premier, and they finished in 5th, and here they are, one game away from the Blue Square Premier.
I'm sure when they took over, it was talking about survival. Players were never mentioned. I'm sure people must have laughed if they had talked about it. I have to say as well, Stalybridge scored over 80 goals.
Here they are trying to create another one. 88. To be exactly precise. Let's come forward.
Yes, Steve Burman, he was a good footballer each time. He knows there was time. WOOLISCROFT to actually get hold of that ball and keep possession. That was an aimless pass. He doesn't want that. He wants them to get the ball down and pass it. No excuses. The pitch isn't the best at the moment. But he can still plenty of room around for WOOLISCROFT to get hold of that ball and pass it to one of his teammates.
Paul back to Barwick. High one for Ellington to chase. Didn't get the corner. A lot of time in those midfield areas at the moment.
No, there certainly isn't at the moment. I think they've certainly got themselves back into it, Stalybridge. Didn't start too well. It was about Barrow. Barrow were the stronger side, but Stalybridge have come back strong. Ashley Winner's getting a lot of the ball now.
That decision didn't please the Barrow bench. It went against Nick Rogan.
I don't know, I've just seen, I think it must have been because of Walker just, well, it's caught Sykes in the face, but I think the ball was there to actually be challenged for. Soft one, given against Barrow.
Free header for Jones, cut out by Barwick. WOOLISCROFT, cut out by Jones again, and then cleared by Elderton. Given away by Wynn. Chance for Matt Henney to move forward now. Boyd leaves it for Walker, who in turn finds Woodyard. One back by Wynn for Stalybridge. Torpy looking for Hall. We got back at McNulty to regain possession for Stalybridge. Ellington. Hall. Meacham, good one-touch stuff, and then Ellington with a shot which was deflected and the corner prevented.
Didn't change of passing there again. Ellington was involved. It was Ashley Wynn was involved as well. When they get it around the edge of the box, they do exchange passes very, very quick. Still haven't really tested Deasy in goal.
Deasy with the clearance. Forward by Ashley Wynn. Meacham was trying to get on the end of that, headed away again by Jones.
Big high arm by Barwick there. That's what the fans are moaning about. It certainly was a high arm.
Now that is Paul Taze, who's been asked to warm up by Barrow. who was a Northwich player till February. And he's the under-14s coach for the Everton girls team, who were due today to be in Austria on a trip which had to be cancelled due to Paul Tate's involvement in this Blue Square North playoff final. Free kick to Stalybridge, which was quickly taken by Torpey. Now Simon Garner, who was off balance when he played that in. Well, one of these sides will be promoted tonight to play Wrexham, who of course were relegated this season from the Football League. Their assistant manager is Martin Foyle, and he's with Rebecca.
Martin, what brings you down here tonight?
To have a good look at one of the teams that's probably going to get promotion to the conference. And as Wrexham are in there, you know, it's a good chance to have a look at the players and see what's on offer.
How disappointed have you been with Wrexham's relegation?
Disappointing, but it's been going on for a while now. It's been a slow incline, but there again, we've got to get on with it, look forward to next season and come to places like Burton and looking at the pitch that we could do with some help, couldn't we?
Yeah, they need to sort it out. Thanks very much, Martin.
Well, Rogan there, very nearly profiting after Pearson lost it.
Well, that's Nick Rogan, he'll chase everything, but he's unsure at the moment. Mark Pearson showing no real confidence, and I don't think he's given his back four any confidence at all.
Garner with the clearance. It looks like it's going to be a mistake or a piece of brilliance to open this game up at the moment. 10 minutes to half-time.
As we saw last night, it was a bit of brilliance. But that first goal we saw from Andy Atking. See, he's just come back. He's trying to talk to him at the moment. He goes out, weren't comfortable, comes at it the wrong way as well. Very, very fortunate.
Here's Rogan again. Sykes got back with the important challenge. Torpey trying to find Mitchin. Cleared by Alderton. Strong challenge with Brown and WOOLISCROFT.
I don't think again the argument of that one. You can't challenge like that anymore. He might have got full contact in the ball. You can't throw yourself in like that. That's reckless. He completely missed the ball as well. Can't be any argument about that. He has to accept that. Not allowed to do that anymore in the game. So late as well. Fortunately for enough, he doesn't actually hurt Paul Brown. Could have been serious of a challenge like that.
First yellow card of this Northern Playoff final goes to Ashley WOOLISCROFT, who joined Stalybridge last October from Hansford. Had a couple of appearances in the Football League at Stoke City. Free kick to Barrow. Towards that back post, and again, Henry couldn't get any direction on the header. And Garner ushers it out in front of Jones for a Stalybridge goal kick.
It just needs somebody now from one of these two sides to get hold of the ball, try and play at the moment in time. It's going to have to be a Mark Boyd for Barrow. It's going to have to be an Ashley Wynne for Stalybridge. Two players who love to play football, and they just have to try and instigate something from either side.
WOOLISCROFT with the ball forward, looking for Torpey. Lee Woodyatt, the former Vauxhall Motors player from Chester, with the header. Garner, back to Torpey. Good delivery. The Stalybridge player able to get any direction on that. And he's given a goal kick, the referee.
It's a good play that was by Steve Torpey. Just comes on his right foot. He swings it in, and it comes definitely a corner. Comes off of Paul Jones. Good header. I'm sure Paul Jones wants to say well he done on that one, but he'll take the fact of having the goal kick. Poor decision by the referee.
McNulty's header. Well, we've heard from Steve Burr. Let's hear from one of the joint managers of Barrow, Dave Bayliss, with Rebecca.
Dave, have you had the better of the first half, do you feel?
No, not really. We haven't really held the ball up front. We haven't got hold of it yet, and we haven't caused them too many problems. You know, they've caused us one or two with their pace down the sides, but as far as that, we need to start getting hold of the front better.
Okay, thanks, Dave.
Honest assessment.
Oh, spot on as well. That's exactly how it is at the moment. Oh, that was cool defending there by Steve McNulty. Not sure Paul Jones thought so at the time. Really worried if there's anyone behind him. But that's well played by Steve McNulty.
WOOLISCROFT's header. Boyd didn't connect with the shot. Mark Boyd, who only arrived at Barrow in January from Ireland, from Sligo Rovers, originally from Carlisle. And he was actually relegated from the Blue Square Premier last season with Southport, who of course he might well have been facing in this final, but for the penalties of Stalybridge Celtic.
You can see he's a footballer. That's the first time we've really seen a central midfield player who's bursting forward, trying to make things happen, bursting between his two centre forwards.
Henny on the chase, brought down by Sykes. No, says the referee.
The referee took the decision that offered the assistant referee. He looked straight away, looked at his assistant referee. Paul Sykes believed he got the ball, so did the assistant referee.
Let's have a look then.
Here he comes across. I don't think he got the ball there. I think he's very fortunate.
Andrew Bond with the effort. Off balance and off target.
Sure, the referee's definitely just going off his assistant. That's what he's relying on. I don't think he got enough on that. I think that's a foul as far as I'm concerned. He's saying he got a touch. It must have been a smidgen. Very, very fortunate, Paul Sykes.
Jones got another one in the face there, the Barrow captain. He's back on his feet as Walker plays this forward towards Rogan. Lovely little touch to Henny.
And he took another whack from Lee Ellington this time. He reminds me as a centre-half of old. He takes a whack, but he will not go down easy. Just catches Ellington's left arm, I think, in his face. There it goes. Just catches him in his mouth. He's going to have to come off soon, I think, because I don't think the referee's going to allow him to play with that blood around his face. It's proper centre-half he is, though, Paul Jones.
McNulty's had a strong challenge with Ellington, who thought he'd been fouled. Referee wasn't interested again. There's been a lot of battering and bruising in this first half.
The thing I like about it, though, Steve, you're seeing the players just get up, not to stand on the floor complaining about it. They want to get back up on their feet and make another challenge.
McNulty into Bond. Now Jones. Been plenty of nerves and tension so far. Here's Walker. Here's Rogan. All behind Bond. Now Henny. Back with Boyd for Barrow. Andrew Bond. Good ball. And he's back to goal. Got a corner though, off Torpy.
Ball got in Henny, could have done with someone to face him. In the end, he kept possession well, earned the corner. Steve Torpy having to come deep and stop him.
2 minutes left of the first half. Goalless. Barrow have a corner. In from Boyd. Jones arriving. He just couldn't quite keep it down.
That was unlucky. There's a man who's got a cut mouth. He's big bruises under his eyes, but he come in positive. He weren't scared there. Was always going to go and be the winner. Won it easy as well.
Well, Tranmere Rovers trainee many years ago. 46th game this season for Barrow, and there he is again, winning it in the air. High one from Jones. Walker went down, and indeed he was penalised. Defence is on top at the moment, Parks.
Certainly are. Without a doubt, the battle is all in midfield. No one's winning a battle at the moment. I don't think any battles have been won anywhere. That's why the game is a stalemate.
Last 60 seconds of normal time at the end of the first half. Torping. They haven't really been able to get Chris Hall into it enough in this first half, have they?
They haven't, Steve. Not at all.
Scored at both ends, Chris Hall, when the sides met back in August in a 2-2 draw. Bond. Paul Brown. And again, the quality of delivery isn't there.
That's right, the quality wasn't there, but Mark Pearson, I don't think he's given any confidence at all.
Just a 1 minute of time to add on at the end of the first half. Here's Walker, looking for some support. The ball's behind Henny. Picked up by Bond. That was a better delivery, two-fisted clearance by Pearson.
That was better from Pearson. That was definitely a ball we couldn't try and hold.
Bond again. Very congested in those central areas. He tries to go wide. ROGAN will chase. And Stalybridge get a throw.
I don't think anybody argues that one. It was definitely a Stalybridge ball.
And that is the end of a nervy, tense first half. A bruising one as well, particularly for the Barrow captain, Paul Jones. It's been a battle. There haven't been too many goal-scoring opportunities. And it's in the balance and finally poised with the big prize of Blue Square Premier Football at the end of it. The two managers for Barrow will have their say. Steve BURE will talk to Stalybridge Celtic in their dressing room. And we'll see which one of these sides can try and get a breakthrough in the second half. But at the break at the Pirelli Stadium, there is nothing to choose between Barrow and Stalybridge Celtic. It is 0-0. Interesting thoughts from the two managerial teams. And it will be Stalybridge Celtic, who were a conference club from 1992 through to 1998. And then for the 2001-2002 season, looking to return there to get us underway in this second half. Will it open up a little bit more? Will the nerves calm down a touch? Such a big prize at stake at the end of 44 games to get this far. Paul. That was behind Wynn. Walker chasing.
Didn't want to give up on that one, Jason Walker. He kept going all the way. His work, Steve, playing right into that byline. Just going on what Steve BURE was saying, he wants these players to get the ball down and play. And I have to say on behalf of the players, it's a difficult pitch. Surface isn't that good, very dry out there. They've tried to water it before the game, but it's very, very bobbly. It takes a brave player to really want to bring this ball down and try and play.
Ellington trying to get round McNulty. He wanted his goalkeeper to come there. Ellington very nearly got close in on Tim Deasy to block that. Paul. Get back from Meechin. Turned inside one player but couldn't get round the second. And it's a Barrow throw. Steve BURE this time last season in the Blue Square Premier with Northwich. He led them to 12th. Will he get the chance to go back to that level next season with Stalybridge Celtic? We heard him there that Stalybridge have passed their way to this final. As Parks was saying, it's not the easiest surface to do that, and as we saw last night in the Blue Square South final, it isn't a night for 10 out of 10 performance ratings. It's a night for winning the game and taking the big carrot at the end of it.
That's right, it isn't about performances, because otherwise Eastbourne Barrow would not be in the Blue Square Premier next season. Gary Wilson knows that. I'll tell you what, he'll take that win. Endured a lot during the season, lots of ups and downs. I'll tell you what, he believes they're on merit because they finished second in the Blue Square South.
Remember the team that finished second in the North? Telford beaten by Barrow 4-0 on aggregate in the semi-finals. And here come Barrow now. Paul Brown. Crossed into his right. Headed clear by Sykes. Ashley Wynn for Stalybridge Celtic. Paul and Torpy on ahead of him. That final ball from both players, really. Both sets of players has got to improve.
Oh, it has to improve, but I have to say Ashley Wynn is a good footballer, and that pass, it was definitely more about the pitch. Just got a bubble as he just went to knock it wide to Steve Torpy. Waited, bided his time. He's looking as well. Dave Bayliss, he wants his get the ball to his front players, but he wants his front players to look after it better, take more care in possession, try and bring his midfield players into the game.
Walker for Barrow. Brown on the left here, it's Brown, and it's a very good challenge by WOOLISCROFT.
It was a good challenge by WOOLISCROFT. I think he's still feeling it. Took a big deep breath as he blocked that ball from Paul Brown.
Brown with the cross second time, and then the clearance by Wynn. Hall on the chase. Paul Jones again got there, but the goalkeeper Tim Deasy couldn't prevent the corner.
Tim Deasy, good job that wasn't straight at goal, because he completely missed it. Had to work hard, Paul Jones, to get across. Chris Hall would have been going down at goal if he'd got hold of that ball.
Stalybridge corner then. Alex Meachin to deliver it. Torpy got a touch right across the face of the penalty area. Cleared by Matt Hennick.
That was a planned corner as well, that was.
Rogan at the other end, and he's been penalised for a foul on Garner.
Seen it was always the pace of Nick Rogan was causing a problem for Simon Garner. Just seen it goes wide to Paul Brown. We've just seen WOOLISCROFT comes right to Croft, and I'll tell you what, he took it somewhere which is going to be quite painful. They're looking at everything, and how did he manage that? Well struck by Paul Brown, even better blocked by WOOLISCROFT.
I should point out as well that both the joint managers are amongst the substitutes tonight for Barrow. Here's Ellington, Paul is onside, and he's denied by Deasy.
That was a lovely little ball through to him, but I'll tell you what, Ashley Wynn wasn't happy. He expected the ball to be rolled to him. He made a good run as well.
Jason Walker for Barrow, the game beginning to open up a touch. Rogan had it to feet, he's been dispossessed. Cleared by WOOLISCROFT to Ellington. And Tim Deasy, his first real save of the evening.
First time he's really been worked. Lovely little ball by Lee Ellington into Chris Hall. Tried to go across the other corner, but I thought he could have knocked that across to Ashley Wynn. He was sitting there waiting.
"19 clean sheets in 55 games. Still one intact in this final. Referee just talking to Torpy and Boyd. All smiles and handshakes at the end of it. Payne's had a clear for Stalybridge. Picked up now by Terry Barwick. He's looking for Meachin. WOOLISCROFT. Ellington's got the second ball. Alex Meachin. Can he deliver across? Not past the first figure. It was Paul Jones, the Barrow captain. Together with that black eye he sustained in the first half.
Just the pitch that held up Meacham there. Just trying to adjust his feet.
Ellington. Simon Garner. Taken by Deasy. these sides experiencing the playoffs for the first time in their history. Barrow have won this division on 3 occasions, in 1984, 89 and 10 years ago. That was the last time that they were in the top level of non-league football. And remember, a lot of people forget that Barrow were actually a football league club from 1921 all the way through to 1972. A big area up in Cumbria for football.
Certainly as I can actually remember him as well, Steve. I can actually remember him being a football league club.
I didn't want to lead you into that, but I'm very honest to admit that. They've just been relegated when you made your debut. They'll only be one step away from that, of course, if they can win tonight. Tremendous support they have inside this stadium. 18 years ago they were at Wembley winning the FA Trophy. That was their finest hour. I remember on the fans say earlier on it took 20,000 that day. And they can bring it clear with Woodier. To Boyd. Good ball. Oh, the touch was a little heavy from Bond.
Now the game has opened up plenty of space for players to run with the ball.
It's another night for chances to be taken. Yes, he didn't take any there. Penalised. Steve Bird didn't agree with that decision.
I think he'd be more pleased now than what he was in the first half. Definitely started a better side, Stalybridge. Looking more of a threat up front. Chris Hall has started to get in the game more, starting to work the channels better.
Reaching back there for Stalybridge. Walker has it for Barrow. Boyd takes over. Back to Jason Walker. Into Rogan. And Boyd expected Rogan to continue his run there, and he didn't.
Nick Rogan just comes short. He's just set the ball up, believing it was just going to be delivered in the box, and he turned just to face up for any second balls. Misunderstanding between Mark Boyd and Nick Rogan.
Well, they've been in great boast all evening, the Barrow supporters. The team trying to give them something to cheer about in this finely poised Blue Square North final. That's a Stalybridge free kick. Sykes with the free kick. Get it clear by McNulty. Sykes once more. Played by McNulty once more.
I don't think Paul Sykes can knock balls like that, but the two centre-halves, Jones and McNulty, they're going to eat them up all night long. These quality deliveries.
That will be Tim Deacy's 22-year-old from Salford in his first season at the club. He was released by Salisbury, who of course did exactly what Barrow were trying to do tonight. And were promoted 12 months ago from a playoff final into the Blue Square Premier. Looking up with the throw, and Barrow have a free kick.
It's a sloppy free kick given away by Simon Garner. Not really where he wants to do. Got far too tight, couldn't see the ball. in the end, stretching his leg round, gives away a free kick in a good area for Barrow.
Barrow free kick then, right underneath the goalkeeper, posse of bodies, and it's in. The goal stands, and it's Matt Henney, who missed the semi-finals with injury. He's back for the final, and he's back with a goal.
I said it was a sloppy free kick that Simon Garner gave away. Gave him the opportunity to deliver a ball in the box, put the defence under pressure. I have to say, it's Steve McNulty gets in there and threatens it. And I'll tell you what, he's in the right place at the right time. That's why he brought him back. Being that injured brings him back because he has scored 17 so far. That makes it 18 now. He's a predator. Easy finish for him, but he could be the one that takes him into the Blue Square Premier. The joint managers are joined.
First blood to Barrow. Confirmation of the goal scorer, Matt Henney, met with rapturous applause from the Barrow supporters. His first season at the club. He's from Cumbria. Can he be restoring Blue Square Premier football after a 10-year absence to that area of England? And there's still half an hour plus to go. It's Stalybridge who have to come from behind. Barwick looking for Meacham, very nearly found him as well.
Just to work by DC. DC had to come and take that ball. If he doesn't take it, it might have been an opportunity for Alex Meacham.
Plenty of thinking for him to do. He's taken over a club that avoided relegation by only 4 points last season. 18th they were in the Blue Square North. Steve Burr's first season in charge saw them finish third. He's got this far. We need to go on in the next half an hour.
I'm sure he's been thinking of a change now to freshen it up, try something different.
Well, that goal really did get the Barrow fans going, and Alex is right in amongst them.
1-0, mate. Think that'll be enough?
Yeah, easy, going through. Oh, bueno.
Definitely don't need extra time, no penalties?
No, 1-0.
What's with the shoes off song? Tell us a bit about that.
Shoes off if you love Barrow.
Where'd that come from?
I don't know, start it up.
All right, cheers, mate. Enjoy the rest of it.
Just checking Parks are still on. But most of them behind the goal are off at the moment, because it's Barrow who have the lead. Half an hour to go. Barrow only finished 16th last season as well. Remember, when these two managers came together, they were 20th. It really would be a remarkable turnaround.
You have to remember as well, Steve, their defensive record, and we're seeing away at the moment, they're hardly given any opportunities, just one opportunity for Chris Hall. They're very, very tight at the back. I'm sure that's what they're looking for now. The joint managers, they want them to stay tight at the back, short in midfield, and just make sure they retain the ball up front.
Here's Bond. Good save. Pearson got down well. Barrow have a corner.
And that's well played, that was, by Andrew Bond. Good run, good strike as well. Good save from Martin Pearson. Little touch win by Nick Rogan. Does well there, good strike. Looking to the keeper's left-hand side. First time Martin Pearson's really had to work this half.
Boyd to take the corner. Way by Sykes. Won back by Jones. Torpy. Fouled by Ashley Wynn. Test of character for Stalybridge Celtic now.
So it means they're going to have to find something different now. not really cutting into this team, but I'll tell you what, the support that Barrow have got behind that goal they're attacking, it's one of the best I've seen so far this season. They have not stopped. They was doing it half an hour before kick-off, and they've carried on ever since. And I'm sure as if the score stays like this, they'll keep going and going until the end.
Carlisle, of course, also in playoff action of their own. It's all happening in that area of the world in football at the moment. Could yet be a double playoff triumph. Lloyd's through ball. Rogan closing down Pearson, who got it away. Steve Payne. Crossfield ball finds Simon Garner. Barwick dispossessed, and there could be a break on here for Barrow. 4v4. This is Walker. Nick Rogan is waiting in the penalty area. Still Walker. Goes back to Mark Boyd. Brown is in there as well now for Barrow. It's still Boyd. So too much of it in the end to Garner.
Just the wrong selection when they had the opportunity on that counter-attack.
The referee wants to speak to somebody at the moment. And it's going to be a yellow card.
I just think he must have said something to the referee. I think he got fouled by Paul Sykes. He got blocked as he made that run, as he looked to run off him when they made that counter-attack. And I think he must have said something to the referee about the tackle by Paul Sykes.
So Hannay has scored and been shown the yellow card now in this game. Rogan. There's Brown in support. Here is Brown. Again, it was straight at Pearson, who stood his ground, and it's a corner to Barrow.
I tell you what, that's good play again by Nick Rogan. Totally aware of what was around him. He's made that run. I think everyone thought he was going to let it go with his left foot. Totally aware where Paul Brown was. Paul Brown hits it with his weaker foot. What a strike that was as well. Straight at Martin Pearson. But it was a difficult ball to deal with.
The teenager kept it out though. And Barrow have another corner. Jones and McNulty up. Jones was fouling, and it is a free kick. Well, let's get some more thoughts from our special guest, the Kettering manager, who won this league, of course, in the Blue Square North. Mark Cooper's with Rebecca.
Thanks, Steve. Mark, Stalybridge started the second half better, so are you surprised to see Barrow in the lead?
No, set piece, you know, they've got some big lads, Barrow, and Stalybridge have not dealt with the cross, and the lad Henney's got a touch, got another goal. He scored a lot of goals this season, and Barrow's starting to turn the screw now, and Stalybridge got to try and dig something out.
I was going to say Barrow are going in search of another. Would that be your plan if you were manager?
Yeah, I think they've got a chance of killing it off at the minute. And Stalybridge are in a difficult situation because they've got to go for it and risk getting caught on the break. So it's a difficult situation for Stalybridge.
Thanks, Mark.
Double substitution happening, as you can see. Matty Barlow and James Dean are coming on. Alex Meachin is one of the players to go off.
Substitution for Stalybridge Celtic on 66 minutes. Replacing number 10, Lee Ellington, is number 15, James Dean. And replacing number 11, Alex Meachin, is number 16.
Lee Ellington is the other player to have gone off for Stalybridge, so that's their answer. With 24 minutes to go, a double substitution from Steve Burke. Here is Dean. Back to Garner. Anything still possible, of course, when there's just one goal separating these two sides. But the momentum very much with Barrow at the moment.
Certainly is. They haven't really done anything yet since they conceded. Stalybridge haven't looked like a side who's shown enough confidence to really go and try and get back in the game. They need something to liven them up at the moment.
Ball bouncing away, but there's been, well, the Referee waved play on there. The assistant did flag. And he flagged for a free kick to Stalybridge, who was waiting for an advantage.
Oh, he's let the ball go, and I should say let the play go a long time before he brought that back advantage. I just wonder about that ruling sometimes. Certain referees interpret it different to others.
James Adcock was adamant he was bringing the play back. Torpy and Barwick are behind this free kick. Torpy delivers it, not particularly well. Comfortably cleared by Barrow.
It's just when they needed quality then to get the ball in the box. That was it was about. That's what put Barrow in front.
James Dean, the substitute. Five waiting for a cross. Still Dean. Comfortably held at the near post by Tim Deasy. Check of his watch will tell him 22 minutes plus stoppage time to go. They're still doing their best to get behind their team. It's been a long journey. At the moment it looks as though they're falling at the final fence. Here's Rogan for Barrow. This is to win it. It was behind Walker. Walker got there second time and kept that again by Pearson.
He really did well there, Martin Pearson. Had to attack the ball, and that's what he done in the end. He doesn't attack the ball, and Jason Walker scores the second goal for Barrow. Again, it was Nick Rogan. So strong, knew exactly what he's doing, tries to pull it back initially to Jason Walker, but he doesn't. But it was about Martin Pearson. Got attracted to the ball, and it was a good decision.
Torpy to Barwick. Dean. Barwick once more. Dean was in an offside position. The flag was out.
Should have done better there, really. James Dean could have seen across the line. I don't think he was given the greatest ball in the world by Barwick. It was always going to be difficult. Plenty of space to run in front of him, Barwick, to take the ball towards the back four. Took the easy option and just tried a longer pass.
And so often in these finals, the finest of lines. And at the moment, that one goal, as it stands, would send Barrow into the Blue Square Premier. Complete a fairy tale story, really. Darren Sheridan and Dave Bayliss came together in November when they were 20th in the Blue Square North. A run of just 2 defeats in 29 games crept them into the playoffs, and here they are at the moment, on the verge of a return to the highest level of non-league football.
To say you can see where their strength comes. Yeah, they've got Nick Rogan up front, scores a lot of goals. As Henny, I look at the two centre-halves, two quality centre-halves they've got. They just remind me of centre-halves who could have played in the 70s and 80s. They're so aggressive, honest, and someone like Paul Jones whacking them out, and a big bruise under his eye. Still wants more.
Andrew Bond to Paul Brown. Elderton. Boyd's crossfield ball. Rogan trying to get on the end of the second ball.
A little bit more time now. Steve McNulty didn't have to knock that first time. Maybe Boyd should have told him that.
Well, let's get some reaction from the Barrow bench. Dave Bayliss with Rebecca.
Dave, is the game plan to get another?
Well, obviously, yeah, we've got a second goal to kill the game, but, you know, we've still got to start getting over it a bit more up front. And, you know, hopefully we can take it. We had a great chance just before, but, you know, they're still in the game at 1-0.
You've got the momentum though, haven't you?
Well, so far, yeah, because we're 1-0 up, but, you know, the defence are doing well enough, but need to start keeping the ball a little bit better.
Thanks, Dave.
We cannot afford to even think about it yet. Still a long way to go in this final. 1-0 in any game, never a comfortable scoreline, and here comes Stalybridge. Hall trying to get goal side of Jones. What a battle that has been all evening. And Jones win it again there. Barwick. Simon Garner. Direct ball again played in. Played in by one captain, headed clear by another. Garner won it back for Stalybridge. And then cleared by Woody out for Barrow.
Tell you what, Paul Jones doesn't win that header. I just think DC was going to miss that. He had to win that header. I think DC has sold himself, gone for a ball he should never have gone for. Got helped out by his captain, Paul Jones.
Remember, 10 clean sheets in their last 12 games coming into today, Barrow. If they keep one now, they'll be in the Blue Square Premier next season. Late challenge there on Garner by Rogan. By Walker, rather. Jason Walker.
Goes across, Simon Garner takes it away from him. To be honest, the foot was there, I don't think he actually caught him. He's just jumped out of the way of it, Simon Garner. I think that's what he's annoyed about, Jason Walker. He knows he never touched him.
Garner's delivery. Over Hall. Goal kick to Barrow. Barrow going to make their first change. And that's the experience of Paul Tate, who is coming on. 214 appearances in the Football League. Scored in both legs in the semi-final, and he's going to come on and replace the player who's just been shown the yellow card, Jason Walker.
That's right, I'll be honest, to come off with his head held high, Jason Walker. Him and Nick Rogan have caused so many problems at the back for Stalybridge. Not the biggest of forwards, but I've got good at work ethic, never stopped working. Unlucky that he didn't manage to score the second goal. Just a good goalkeeper and Martin Pearson that stopped him.
First substitution for Barrow in 75 minutes, replacing number 9, Jason Walker.
You can now only watch and see if his side can go on and complete the job. Rogan. Brown. I thought that he'd come off Barlow last.
That's a poor decision by the referee.
Strong challenge by Barwick and Tate, who've just come on. Torpy. WOOLISCROFT. Into Hall. Barlow in support, one former Oldham player to another. Couldn't get the cross in though, Barlow. Cleared by Elderton for Barrow. Torpy fires one in. Goalkeeper probably had that covered.
Certainly did. I think that's the first real shot we've seen in anger for about 20 minutes. Comes from Steve Torpy. DC had that covered all the way. Knew it was going wide, pulls his hands away. He knows it was just going to miss the near post. It's the best they've conjured, really. Since they've gone 1-0 behind, they haven't done enough. Haven't really threatened that goal. Not looked like a side who were desperate to get in that Blue Square Premier. Need to add a little bit more.
Rogan. Held the ball up well again. Couldn't find Matt Henney though. Now Torpy for Stalybridge. Matty Barlow. Chance to shoot. What might come to Hall? He didn't know anything about it. He's regained possession though. James Dean didn't know too much about this.
Yeah, it's a good strike that was as well. It was on target by Wynne. But I'll tell you what, James Dean didn't know anything about it. Comes off a McNulty. couldn't do anything about it.
Ashley Wynn. Barlow. Didn't reach Dean, headed away by McNulty. Appeals for handball. Oh, and the referee didn't give it. Hit a very good look at it.
Oh, he was close enough. It come off a Henny. He actually puts his shoulder in towards the ball. He's catched his shoulder, obviously. It's not handball, but he just dips into it. And I'll tell you what, that is handball. Without a shadow of a doubt, that is handball. The referee's right there as well, right in front of it. As far as I'm concerned, he can see that. Every Stalybridge player saw it. The referee didn't. Lucky man, Matt Henny.
Steve Burr was up as well. Well, in all the main semi-finals and last night's final, we've talked about big decisions. We've talked about having the luck. Eastbourne had it last night. Cambridge had it on Tuesday night, and of course in the first leg here at Burton. And Barrow had it there.
They certainly did have it.
Minutes to go. That was a big decision from James Adcock, 5 yards away.
It was a poor decision, Steve. I mean, we come to Burton again, and it's another big decision at Burton. And it's gone against Stalybridge this time.
WOOLISCROFT. Stalybridge need to score, or they will continue in the Blue Square North next season. Well, let's have another look at it. Look where the referee is,
oh, no,
just outside the penalty area.
Position. Terry Barwick heads the ball down. Matt Henny puts his shoulder towards the ball and it hits his arm. It couldn't be any more penalty than you're ever going to see in your life. He doesn't give it.
Tate chases that. Sykes puts it out of play. Don't forget, of course, on Sunday, the last day in the Barclays Premier League. Huge day for Fulham as they go to Portsmouth, knowing if they win, they complete the Great Escape. You will see it live, 2:30 on 1 on Sunday. Here's Boyd. To Rogan. Sykes with the interception, foul by Rogan. Free kick to Stalybridge.
Well there, Sykes. He just felt Rogan, he just went down. Rogan's looking around saying, I didn't touch him. He's got to understand now, it's not the same anymore. Players will go to ground if they feel someone up behind them.
Jones waiting for the goalkeeper, just got a nudge in the back from Chris Hall. WOOLISCROFT. Barlow. Dean. Falls by WOOLISCROFT again. Cut out by Ryan Elderton. Then cleared by Jones, only as far as Torpy. Ashley Wynn. Needs some support. He had 3 Barrow players around him. And in the end, it's a Barrow free kick. Well, let's rejoin Alex in amongst those Barrow fans again.
It's a crazy atmosphere down here, and with the Barrow fans, do you think the goal will be enough?
Yeah, we're going up! Oh my God!
So not worried, don't you think you need an extra goal?
No, we're staying up!
Stalybridge are coming back, you're really sure, aren't you?
No, we're through!
All right, lads.
That's nothing to the noise if they can hang on to this lead. Remember, they haven't had conference football in a decade in Barrow, in Finesse. And just over 8 minutes plus stoppage time away from ending that wait.
I have to say as well, I mean, they didn't start the second half as well as they started the first half, Barrow, but they're a strong side, very, very sturdy, strong in all departments. That's what they've shown this evening so far. At the moment, don't look like a side that are going to concede.
Brown. Can Stalybridge do what teams have only done in 2 of the last 12 games, and that's score a goal against Barrow? 39 goals they conceded in their 44 games so far this season.
To be perfectly honest, if definite penalty they were bad against them, but you can just see why they haven't conceded. So strong that back four. They just head and volley. That's all they do. There's just defend their lines. That's all you want as a manager.
Brown. Wide of the right-hand post. 7 minutes to go. Let's get another word with our special guest, Mark Cooper, with Rebecca.
Thanks, Steve. Mark, if you're the Stalybridge manager, at what point would you start throwing the kitchen sink up front?
I think they have. I think they're trying to leave 3 up front, you know, and they've come back into the game a little bit now. But the 2 centre-backs for Barrow have been fantastic. They've headed everything, they've cleared everything, and they've proven a real tough nut to crack. But a bit lucky with the handball, I thought, and I still think they might get one more chance, Stalybridge.
And if you're the Barrow joint player manager boss, what would you be thinking?
Just keep going, keep defending properly, don't take any chances, and keep trying to turn the Stalybridge defence around.
And your prediction?
It's a long way to go. 7 or 8 minutes left. I think we might see another goal.
Oh, thanks, Mark.
It might be now, because this is ROGAN for Barrow, looking for a goal that would seal their return to the Blue Square Premier.
You can see why Nick ROGAN scored so many goals. He doesn't give in, gets annoyed with himself every time nothing goes right for him. Really remonstrates with himself. He knows he should have done better in that position.
That's gone out on the full from Pearson for a Barrow throw. Throw to Barrow. Now to Stalybridge. Time ticking away as far as they're concerned, and their dreams of returning after a 6-year absence to the conference. WOOLISCROFT. Barwick. Need to get this forward, Stalybridge. Win. Dispossessed unfairly by Bond. Garner got goal side. Looks for Hall. Back with Ashley Wynn. Torpy.
Seeing Steve Torpy come inside now, inside the park, trying to make things happen and not really causing any problems with their passing. A bit negative. Have to put it down to the hard work as well. Barrow front 2 and a wide player in Paul Brown really closing down.
Free kick. Not what Stalybridge wanted at this stage, and a yellow card for Terry Barwick.
I can have no argument that Terry Barwick has been a bit lazy there. Didn't really want to make the run, pulled back on the jersey. Gets yellow.
Stalybridge fans can now only watch and hope. They need some inspiration. They need a goal. And they're going to throw on their third and final substitute for the remaining 3 minutes or so. Darren Keeling is going to come on. McNulty. Barrow fans in full voice. They know they're almost there. They're within touching distance. Torpy's ball looking for Dean. Now Garner. Stalybridge have a throw. Torpy, stopped by Woodyard.
Every time they've beaten one Barrow player, there's always another Barrow player there. They've worked so hard going forward and defensively.
Another Stalybridge throw. They need to get on with things. Simon Garner to Torpy. 4 in that penalty area. Can't come across though. Excellent defending again, you have to say, by Barrow.
So, has been all evening. That's why there's been nothing against them.
Forward by Barwick. Towering header again by Paul Jones.
It's proper defending, that is, by Paul Jones. It has been all evening. Could count the mistakes he's made on one hand.
He really has led from the front, the Barrow captain. That's taken by DC. Paul threw himself to the ground. McNulty didn't like that.
I mean, Stephen, no, he's just done what any defender would do. Just stands his ground, and he's used that to go down quite easily for me, Chris Hall. That's what he's done. That's why Steve McNulty had a hunt with him.
Sykes has now got a blow from Tate. But we're heading towards the final minute of normal time. Pearson with the free kick. Paul stopped, then it came to Torpy, then Wynn. Here's a chance. It's off the post to deny Barlow. That's how close Stalybridge were to an equaliser. Barwick again. Ashley Wynn from distance, and you just sense it might just be Barrow's night.
Well, we've talked over the last few games about decisions, I should say, but then we talk about luck as well. It just goes wide from Ashley Wynn. It gets straight there to James Dean, and you just think to yourself, this is it. This is it. And it doesn't happen. Matty Barlow, most people think he should have had a bit of luck there. He doesn't get it. He just gets his body there and pushes it onto the post.
Keeley for WOOLISCROFT is the change. And we understand there will be 4 more minutes of added time. But with that effort and the penalty, it looks as though it's going to be Barrow's night.
I think it has to be, Steve. We've seen it before. A little bit of luck makes all the difference in cup games. It seems like it's going to go their way.
Inside stoppage time now. Bond in ahead of Barwick. Keeling launches it forward. One in the air by Dean, but harmlessly into the arms of Tim Deasy in that Barrow goal. I think the heart monitors on the Barrow bench with the 2 joint managers at the moment. Hearts in their mouths when the ball struck that post.
They still can't believe it. They're standing there and they cannot believe what they just might achieve. I'm sure first and foremost it was all about staying in the blue square north.
In from Keeling. Another giant header. Picked up by Barwick. Sykes, the central defender. Goalkeeper came, got a good punch on it. Comes back to Keeling.
Just got to squeeze up.
By Brown.
They've just got to squeeze up now. They're sitting far too deep.
They know they're almost there. They couldn't be closer. Just over 2 minutes of stoppage time remain, and separates those fans from one almighty celebration. And Barrow from the blue square premier.
Just allowing now Stalybridge just to knock long balls. Anything could happen from long balls.
Paul.
That's where he was looking from composure. Steve Burr's not happy with that. He expects a bit more from Chris Hall. Just totally lost all his composure. First touch was good off his chest. Again, it's a long ball. They've been allowed to do that, Stalybridge. Comes back Hall, good first touch on his chest. Second was a poor one. Needed to let the ball drop more. He had the time to do that.
They know they're almost there. And they know they're almost down and out. They are minutes away from a remarkable managerial story.
They weren't showing emotion there, but I bet there's going to be a lot of emotion if they get to the end of this time. A minute to go. I'm sure you'll see a lot of emotion from that bench.
Final minute. They've got everything in the air back there, Barrow. It's all about using up the final few seconds for Barrow now. High one from Pearson. Torpy trying to get on the end of it. In from Keeling. Another touch. And then a foul and a free kick to Barrow. Here's Dave Bayliss.
Dave, less than 20 seconds to go. What are your thoughts?
You don't want to know my thoughts, and you know, just got to get to the end of the game now.
A few fans on the pitch isn't a great end at the moment.
Ruins the game. We're just going to get it over with now. It's going to stop us watch again now. So we just want to get it over with now. You know, the lads have battled hard. Just want to see the game through.
Being proud of the second half performance?
Yeah, we haven't played brilliant, but we've battled, you know. So.
Okay, Dave. Thank you.
He's almost there. Play on, says the referee. There's the whistle. A remarkable story. After a 10-year absence, Barrow are heading to the Blue Square Premier. Back in December, when the joint managers Dave Bayliss and Darren Sheridan came together, they were 20th in the Blue Square North. Now they've left it behind, and they're in the top flight of non-league football for the first time in a decade. They've been backed by huge support all evening. Now the celebrations can begin. The most unlikeliest of tales. They only sneaked into the playoffs. They then beat the side who finished second. And they've done the job tonight. Amongst them somewhere is Matt Henney, who got the goal after 58 minutes. He's the hero, but they've all been heroes for Barrow. Just 2 defeats in 30 games has got them into the Blue Square Premier, where they'll be playing the likes of Wrexham and Oxford and York, and of course coming back here to the Pirelli Stadium next season in a league fixture to face Burton Albion. Despair for Stalybridge, who hit the post in the final few minutes. They'll also look back on a penalty that wasn't given. But it was just one goal that did them in the end. 44 games, and they fell at the final hurdle. Despair for Stalybridge, sheer elation for Barrow. Very difficult to understand. For those of you who've never been that north, it's a big area, Cumbria. They love their football. And now the side that were a Football League club from 1921 to 1972 are just one division below it. They're in the Blue Square Premier.
That's right. I mean, they've had to work hard for it. They were sturdy all evening, I have to mention. Being a defender myself, I have to mention Steve McNulty and Paul Jones were absolutely immense this evening for Barrow. Hardly a mistake between them all evening. And I think it was just about those two that just gave the belief to the rest of the Barrow players that they could go on and win it. The moment they scored that goal, Barrow, those two just got together and hardly gave anything away. Good shout for a penalty. Fortunate that he didn't score in the last minute, Stalybridge. I should say, very unlucky they didn't score in the last minute. But I tell you what, I just think they might have just edged it, Barrow, just by their sheer professionalism.
And this is what it means to the fans. Holker Street will be a Blue Square Premier ground next season. Cumbria has a Blue Square Premier club again. 16th last season. Back in December, they were 20th in the Blue Square North. It's a remarkable, remarkable journey. Two young men, managers came together, and they have led those players into the highest level of non-league football. There'll be fantastic scenes, both here at Burton and also up in Cumbria tonight. A fantastic feat. No one would have fancied them 6 months ago, and here they are in the Blue Square Premier.
That's without a doubt, Steve, without a doubt. No one would have fancied them at all. And I'll tell you what, they've done it very, very quietly. They've sneaked in there, but how many times have we ever seen teams do that in playoffs? Just getting there through the back door, and they're going there on the back of such a good run. They had the form behind them. They had a good goals against record as well. And if you go into any games with that belief that you're not concede, 9 times out of 10 you go on and win. And they won this game, in my belief, quite comfortably in the sense they wasn't really tested enough. And I'll tell you what, I quite liked them, the way they played the game. I'm sure there may be a few tweaks over the summer, but I think they've got enough there to actually stay in the Blue Square Premier next season.
And as you can see, they've got the backing, they've got the support, they love their football, and these are tremendous scenes at the moment.
Well, they certainly are, Steve. There was a lot of celebration at Cambridge United, but I'll tell you what, when you're talking about clubs in the north, there's definite passion, especially in Cumbria where they're starved of top-grade football. They just love their football, and now they've got Barrow back in the top division in the non-league.
Fantastic scenes then. Barrow are in the Blue Square Premier. We'll have all the reaction and talk to all the men that matter and round up this remarkable story when we come back in a couple of moments' time. Barrow are in the Blue Square Premier, courtesy of Matt Henney's goal. That is what sent them there after 58 minutes. A side who were in the bottom 5 6 months ago, finished in the top 5, and now they have been promoted to the Blue Square Premier. The champagne corks have been popping inside that dressing room. Unbelievable scenes, a remarkable journey, and a 10-year wait for return to the conference is over for the team from Cumbria. Great scenes in the dressing room. They're coming out soon to receive that trophy. Before they do, let's go back inside the dressing room and hear from Rebecca.
Thanks very much, Steve. I'm with Matt Henney and Paul Jones. Guys, it's sweating here, full of champagne. Matt, where does that moment, scoring that goal, rank in your career?
Oh, it's the best, definitely. I mean, the atmosphere was unbelievable. To be honest, my legs are gone. It's my first game in 2 weeks, but I just had to get on the end of it and knock it over.
I was going to say, those semi-finals missed out on injury, so how special was it to come back in and score the winner today?
Oh, it's brilliant. I mean, but big team effort by the lads there. I mean, look at Jonah there, black eyes. 2 falling out. It's a big team effort by the lads, superb.
Paul, it was a bruising effort out there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I can't even speak. I've got to list my toots hanging out. There's no way we could come in here looking like this and losing. Massive team effort. We were under the cosh. They played really well, Stalybridge, without creating chances. We just dug in deep, and Matty's popped up as he's done so many times this season.
And you were here 10 years ago when you got promoted to the conference in '98.
We won the league that year. This has just been something else. It's just been unexpected, and we've gone from strength to strength.
And what about your managers? I mean, BAYLISS and God, I've forgotten the other guy's name. Darren Sheridan come in and done a fantastic job since October, haven't they?
It's a joy playing for them. Really good. They know the tactics inside out. They let us express ourselves. They get the best out of us every week. I can't say enough words for them. They're absolutely brilliant with us.
How much do you fancy the Blue Square Premier next season now?
A lot. I mean, people go on about the standard, how much it's improved. We just want to have a go at it. We weren't expecting it, and we're going to have a full go, see what happens.
Okay, go sort out your tooth. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Congratulations. Well done. See you next season.
Hey, boys.
You can hear it on the PA system. Barrow are the newest members of the Blue Square Premier. After you, gentlemen, it's time to raise the trophy.
So here they come, Barrow, to pick up the trophy as confirmation of the Blue Square North playoff final winners. And they will join Kettering, Lewis at Eastbourne to complete the quartet of promotion. Stalybridge have to rebuild and try and go again next season. Despair for them, but sheer elation and excitement for those Barrow boys. They've worked so hard to get here, and remember, 5th from bottom parks in December, and here they are in the Blue Square Premier.
I said it earlier, Steve, I'm sure when the joint managers come in, it was all about survival. They never even thought about this. It was just a case of just staying up and just try to prove a point they were good enough for the job. And I'll tell you what, they've more than gone and done that. They've taken this team to the absolute ultimate of non-league football, and they've done it in style as well. What a fantastic run they have. And I'll tell you what, it's been built around the sturdy back line, and especially with 2 quality centre-halves.
They're beginning the celebrations, and why not? Holker Street in Barrow is a Blue Square Premier Stadium for next season. They're going to be welcoming the likes of Oxford and Wrexham and Ure and Burton and Mansfield. They weren't even thinking about this 6 months ago. They were thinking about just staying in the Blue Square North. And their captain there, Paul Jones, was immense this evening. He was part of the side that won promotion 10 years ago, and he has led Barrow back into the Blue Square Premier after a 10-year absence.
Come on, Jonah.
Barrow are back in the top tier of non-league football. A decade of waiting is over, and the party can officially begin. And it'll be some party, let me tell you. The population of Cumbria are absolutely thrilled to have a football club back in the conference. They cheered their team on all evening. And from survival, they've turned it into a remarkable promotion. And these are fantastic scenes, once again, for everyone connected with A.F.C. Barrow. They're playing in the Blue Square Premier next season.
3 very happy men in the tunnel. I'll start with Dave Bayliss. Dave, congratulations. Did you really believe when you took over, they were sitting 18th, did you really believe that you'd finish the season in the Blue Square Premier? Be honest with me.
No, to be honest, we didn't. We just wanted to get the club away from the bottom 3 and have a top 10 finish, and we done that. And as soon as we got to the top 10, we said, let's kick on again and just finish as high as we can. And the lads themselves, they have belief in it, probably more than me and Daz, but they've kept going and fully deserve all the credit that they're going to get.
Darren, congratulations. What are the factors that have got your team here today?
Now, the lads have worked so hard, the commitment and the togetherness, they believed in themselves and they've done it.
Brian Keane, chairman of Barrow, you brought these 2 men in, you had faith in them, and they've repaid you somehow, haven't they?
Well, look at them. Look at them. Down the line, they're folklore already in Barrow. Everybody knows the pair of them. What a job they've done for us. And what 2 nice guys, that's the main thing. And they've worked so hard, and they really have, and they've given us commitment, they've given us standards, and look what they've given us now, the cup. Wonderful, I can't ask for more than that.
How proud are you to be holding that in your hand?
Words fail me. It's tremendous. It's all that these boys deserve, and the guys under them. They've worked so hard, and they really have training and all that goes with it. But I can't ask for 2 better lads than these. It's tremendous.
Darren, let's talk about next season. As a manager, how much are you looking forward to going to the likes of York and Oxford and back here to Burton?
Yeah, it'll be a good experience for the lads and that to go and play at a higher standard. So I think they'll be able to cope. Yeah.
Dave, what is this rate in your career?
It's definitely the best moment. It's been a short management career, obviously, but we're going to come to a place like this. We even Wrexham next year, one of my former clubs, and the lads will, they'll cherish it all and they'll relish going to places. And with what we've got, with a couple more additions, we're confident that we can compete in the higher league.
And we've got to go all the way up to Barrow.
I know, all the best.
Thanks very much. I'm sure you make us very welcome, gentlemen. Thank you. Enjoy the party tonight. We will see you next season. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Well, what a week we've had. We now know that Eastbourne Borough and Barrow will be in the Blue Square Premier next season. One thing left to decide, who's going out of it, Cambridge or Exeter? We will see you at Wembley on May the 18th when we'll have the answer. Good night.
We're gonna shout to the top, shout. We're gonna shout to the top, shout. It's a funny thing when it burns up on you. But I know as much as the day I was born.
Here's Ellington, ball is onside, and he's denied by DC.
Shout to the top, shout.
Barrow free kick then, right underneath the goalkeeper, Posse bodies, and it's in. The goal stands, and it's Matt Henny.
And I'll tell you what, that is handball.
Here's a chance. It's off the post.
Shout to the top.